This is Three Beards Media. Real talk, no filters, no scripts. From sports to culture, we say what others won't. Turn it up, lock in, because it all starts right now. Live from the AKC Andrew Downs Studios and powered by Revelton Distilling Company.
From the bright lights flashing down in old Sin City to a 2-drink minimum and it sounds so great. Plus non-stop on the interstate, truck stop coffee keeping us awake. Midwest roads, yeah we know them well. From Des Moines to Chi, got stories to tell. Late nights, bright lights, open mic fights. Killing on stage, then it's back to the flight. From the cornfields to the Vegas Strip. Ain't no state where we don't fit. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside, where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the neon glow to the small town dive.
Good evening.
What's up, Billy boy? What's shaking?
How you doing?
Well,
over there?
I'm all right. For people that don't know, I accidentally set my house on fire. But and you know what? You remember we were talking about your dad, who's the same age as me. You just end up doing stupid shit in your life, and this is what happened. A year ago, I saw a thing on Amazon, this torch gun, where you carry this big propane can and you have a torch and you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you just can kill weeds in literally seconds. And I did it last year and it was fine. And this year I did it and I was in the front and I was doing it. Apparently what I didn't notice was there was a cinder or something flew into this big bush right underneath the window in front of my house. So I don't know. I mean,
an ember, you mean?
Ember, yeah, an ember, yeah. So whatever the hell. One of those things. A simber, ember. Fuck, Sam. Yeah, it was an ember. It flew in, I think, because then I was around the back of my house and I'm doing the weeds back there, talking to my neighbor who's laughing at me because I got this big torch gun and I'm thinking I'm Schwarzenegger. My wife comes out of the house. Thank God she's home because usually on a Saturday she's showing a house. But she happened to be home and she goes, Willie, I smell smoke. And of course, you know me, I can't smell anything. I went, well, I don't smell. So she goes in the house and she comes back out and she yells, the house is on fire. So thank God she was home, because if she wasn't home, the house would be on fire and I would be stupid enough to try to go in and get my dog and then we'd both be dead. But so I come around the front. I don't have the hose hooked up. So me and her got like buckets and we're trying to throw it on this bush and the flames are shooting up. Thank God our neighbor had his hose in the front. He came over, hooked up the thing. They put it out, but the fire department came, and then of course they had to rip the house half apart to see, make sure that there was nothing left. My problem is this: I was told by at least 6 to 7 people, seriously, that told me when I got this thing, this is a bad idea, and I still use it. My wife, the Haggertys, my daughter, Dylan. They all told me when they saw me with it, yeah, that might not be a good idea, and it wasn't. So, I think I'll give it to you. You'd have fun with it.
I would have fun with it.
It is. I mean, it shoots a flame about this big. It's wild.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody that told you it was a bad idea.
Arm throwing robots for yourself. Would you really?
Yeah, that's what it is right there. That's
the Terminator.
The Terminator.
Robot dog just hit the market with a price tag of $9.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. That never pull a weed
mine was
again.
only $7.
$10,000. You can have a Terminator.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. Well, mine was only $70, and you never pull a weed again. But god damn.
So, first of all, this is double hilarious because I shit you not. Literally, this morning, I was researching those things.
Yeah.
Because I was getting ready to spray Roundup and shit on the weeds. And I swear to God, I saw that torch.
Come on. You know what? Come over and get mine.
I think I might.
Yeah.
I might buy this because this will be a blast.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
it's crazy to me. Like you said, you and my dad are the same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
My dad just fucking burnt a bunch of his fucking siding, a bunch of his house off. Is there something about when you reach the age of 70, you just can't play with matches anymore?
I guess you just, you know what it is? You just go farther than you're supposed to. You just go farther. You're doing it, and you know there's something in your head that says, okay, you should let up on this. But you just don't. You just take you just go that extra inch. And that's what happens. I just went the extra inch, I guess. I don't know. I was nowhere near that bush, but I mean, the cinder, something flew underneath there and started. The ember, the cinder, the
Oh, yeah, so a cement block caught your bush on fire.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. God damn it! Your dad did the same thing. Your dad burned. But your dad was trying to burn a bunch of bushes, wasn't he?
No, he had 2 fires in the span of like 3 weeks.
Oh God!
Hey, at least a wolf didn't set your bush on fire.
That's right. Yeah,
it wasn't a wolf.
You motherfuckers! I'm over here minding my own business.
And kill them. I'm scared I'd kill all the wolves that live around here because there's.
Hey, that's a nice Niall Kinnick jersey you have on.
Shut up.
Anyway,
yeah.
So, my dad has natural prairie in his yard that he has strategically planted the wildflowers. Because all these, my dad is the fucking nature boy, Ric Flair, man.
Yeah.
He can tell you a bird by the way it sounds. Like,
is your dad got a really nice looking yard too? Does he keep it all manicured and shit?
He keeps a good yard, but he doesn't. Yeah. He's like me. He would, but he's not that like treat your yard and fertilize it. And he's like,
right.
Fucking stupid. If it's green, I don't care.
Yeah,
mow it. You know. Because the thing is, when you treat your yard, and they come and they fucking
aerate it
around,
and
spread all that shit around, and it kills all the weeds so that real grass grows and yada yada. But they also fertilize it.
Yeah,
because where it kills the weeds, those become bare spots, which is why you're not supposed to bag your lawn
clippings.
They do that because those bare spots then will start growing regular grass.
Yeah,
that's why they fertilize it. Well, that also means now you got to mow it 3 times a fucking week because it's fertilized.
Yeah.
So I don't care if my whole front yard is fucking clover. As long as it's green.
As long as it's covered with something.
I will just fucking mow it.
Yeah.
There's no goddamn way. I'm not mowing more than once a week. I don't give a fuck.
Do you still got the guy that dresses up like Batman and shit in the neighborhood?
Yeah, he dresses up, mows his lawn.
Yeah.
He hasn't been doing it much lately.
No.
He's been just mowing in regular clothes. It's kind of disappointing.
What good's that?
But anyway, so my dad has the natural prairie, and you have to burn that off. Like, I can't remember if it's once a year or once every other year. He burns off half of it one year, the other half another year. Sometimes the whole thing. It's part of the ecosystem, fucking shit, whatever. I don't know. But it's
does he have the flamethrower like I have, or?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I think maybe.
I
don't know. I think he just kind of lights it and rakes it and whatever.
Yeah.
But basically most of his backyard is this prairie, and he's got a pond in the middle, and up at the top is his pool, above ground. Is just an above ground pool with a deck built next to it.
Yeah, didn't he fuck his pool up too? Is that what happened with the fire?
An ember floated up and caught
cinder.
The top half. Somebody threw a cinder block into the pool.
A giant cinder. Yeah.
And so he was like down at the bottom and didn't see that up at the top there were all these plastic pallets underneath the deck, and those things just shot up like crazy and caught the deck on fire, ruined the pool. Luckily, once the pool got a hole burnt in it, all the water came out and helped put the fire out. But But then he also, behind his house, like right behind his house, my dad has never wanted to pay for garbage removal or anything. He lives just outside the city limit, and he would have to pay like $30 a month for them to come and remove his garbage. So he's always just burnt his, the stuff that you can burn.
He burns. Yeah.
So he's always done that. He has a garbage of burnt.
Your dad's a fucking your father's a fucking pyromaniac. I don't know whether you know that or not, but just
well, apparently every 70-year-old man is a pyromaniac.
Yeah.
Because you a year ago at the age of 69 bought a blowtorch to get rid of your weed.
And I'll tell you what's weird is I've never been involved with a big fire. I mean, there's been fires in my kitchen and stuff, but when that bush went up and I was close to it, I panicked. I threw one of my lawn chairs in there trying to smother it. That was a bad idea. That just fucking made it go higher. But that's scary shit because, I mean, it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
Stop. You just threw more firewood on top of it. You just threw more
fucking bonfire.
I thought I could smother it if I did it real fast. And it didn't work.
I'm glad we could be here to support you.
This is why when you get to be my age, this is why you live in the places where they have the AOAs and shit, where they just take care of everything. Oh, because I can't be trusted to do this shit anymore.
Here's the thing though. I can empathize a bit, even though I obviously am not 70 years old, right?
No.
But I have been a pothead my whole life. And I used to get pissed off.
That's the equivalent.
Just hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. When I would work, when I used to work at a warehouse for my dad way back in the day, there was this guy that just, he's one of them douchebags that, kind of every job you ever had, there's always the guy that thinks he does all the work or claims that he does all the work. Nobody else does anything. Everybody's stupid but him. He never makes any mistakes, blah, 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 right?
That's the cart guy up at the Hy-Vee on Fleur. Every time he's out doing the carts, he's telling me what everybody else does wrong in the store.
Yeah. Those guys are the funnest guys to work with and talk to, aren't they?
Yep.
So this guy fucking... he's doing his I do everything, everybody's stupid. And me and a couple of other guys, everybody knew we were potheads, right? And there was some kind of order that got pulled wrong or somebody made a mistake. These fucking potheads working here. And I so one day he fucked up one day. And I go, I go, here's the thing. I might be a pothead, but I have an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, what's your excuse? You just stupid?
Yeah.
You're just stupid then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you can say, I can quit smoking pot. My problems are over. Yours are there to stay. Yeah.
But I say that to say that, like, I'm sure that it probably it gets annoying. Like, for example, when you bought the blowtorch, I feel like everyone telling you it was a bad idea was somebody's basically underlying was, well, at your age.
That's exactly what it was. It was like, like my wife was like, you used to enjoy just pulling the weeds or hitting them with the Roundup. Why is this got to be? And I said, because it's cool. It's badass, man. I'm in there doing
like.
I put on my fucking Dago tee, my fucking wife beater. Got my fucking ball cap on backwards. I'm holding the propane cans this fucking big. I'm holding it so my guns are popping. I'm hitting it with the fucking thing.
So my guns are popping.
That's right. Yeah. I got the thing up. I'm holding it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking weeds this fucking big.
Oh, they're not even that big. You can barely see them. I'm fucking the bully. I'm picking on weeds that I haven't even had the chance to grow to be a weed yet. I mean, they're not even. Yeah.
Oh, it's just fantastic. I tell
Yeah.
you.
Killing imaginary weeds. What I was doing.
Yeah, so, yeah, there weren't even weeds out there. You just go out there because you wanted to play with the fucking.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted it because I like that it makes that sound when you do it. It's really loud. Fucking nuts. Yeah,
I
don't
know, but see, that's the thing. And so, since my dad,
Mm-hmm.
he burnt that, right, and then behind his house, he's burning his garbage.
Yeah,
and he did it on a day that it was too windy to burn.
Yeah,
and there was actually, there's advisories saying not to burn on those.
But your dad's 70.
But he did it anyway.
We don't listen to shit. Yeah,
yeah. Because for your whole life you've gotten away with it a bazillion different times.
Exactly. Every time
70, when you're 70, that's a billion more times that you gotten away with it than most people.
I think about the time I used that. There you go. Except Chris, I don't put it on my back. I hold it with one arm, so my arms are just, my guns are just popping.
You're also not.
I mean, you have some guns here. I mean, they're not there. They are.
Yeah, exactly.
You look like Danny DeVito size, though. I mean,
yeah, looks like your legs are about 2.5 feet long.
Well, now I think about it, I really didn't have to bend over to hit the weeds. So yeah, I'm probably pretty close to the ground anyway. So.
Oh, look, the fence behind you is on fire. How'd that happen? So my dad had the same, an ember goes and it catches the back side of the house and catches the siding on fire. So
now I think about it, I actually hit the little girl next door and her name's Amber. So it was an amber that went underneath the.
She started the fire.
Yeah. Not an ember. It wasn't an ember. It was an amber.
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 Fucking Amber. Playing with her mom was letting her play with matches.
It wasn't a cinder. It was an amber.
It was an amber. Oh God. Your energy.
Jesus.
That's my favorite 311 song.
I know no 311 songs. What'd you do this weekend? What were you all about?
What did I do? I didn't really do anything of note. Honestly. Yeah, no.
Hey, as far as Saturday, can we cram more people in there, you think?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
You know what? I bought 6 tickets and I only have 4 people going. So I've got
I got my in-laws and his brother is his sister and brother-in-law are in town. They wanted to come. They just wanted to come hang out. I told them, I said, regardless, I said, just come down and hang out at Chuck's. If you do nothing else, eat a pizza and go sit in the other room and listen to it or something. So they just want to come down and party. It starts at what time does it start?
7.
So 6 o'clock we'd be down. 6 o'clock we're down at Highland Park starting to drink then.
Yeah, well, they should be down there. They should go down there and eat. They should go into Chuck's at 6 and eat. Be done eating.
Exactly.
When the show starts.
Yeah. Good idea.
That's the point. Get them in there 6 o'clock. Get their food ordered. Yeah. I'm gonna send an email out to everybody that bought tickets here. I think I gotta figure that out. But yeah,
it's gonna be a good time.
It will be.
Good time.
Hopefully there's been some tickets go out for Danny's.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, good.
Yeah. There's about 40 tickets left for Danny's show. So
we got a month left to get rid of those.
Hopefully we can get that.
Sell a ticket a day.
Get those sold out and get that 4th Saturday thing rolling.
It's gonna be fun. And people can see all the up and coming comics in town.
All the up and comers.
The up and comers.
And then we'll workshop some bits. And if you're in the audience, you think of a good tag, we're all about it. We're gonna.
I finally watched the Kevin Hart roast, and it's funny because I've been watching all these other shows, and all the controversy about how
before you watched it, you heard what everybody was mad about,
all off the rails, and
so
what?
Now you're like, what? That wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, well, it's like Kevin. I saw Kevin Hart the other day on what do you call it, the Charlemagne the God show.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like, he just said what everybody said. It's it is what it is. I mean, that's the bottom line. Is it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
This is why we have the First Amendment. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say about whoever you want to say.
Well, and they do.
So
They did.
Yeah.
Nobody went to jail, but at the same time, people can talk with their pocketbooks if they want, and they don't
that's
have
true.
to go see their shows when they're on tour. But I think their audiences will be fine.
Yeah, the funny thing is the people that it was directed towards were fine. So that's what you have to look at. If it don't hurt them, it doesn't hurt you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there were a couple lines crossed I wouldn't have crossed.
Oh, yeah, I
think there were
definitely.
A couple of, I think that some things were said like just that weren't good enough. Like the jokes weren't good enough.
They were just shock value jokes. That's what they were there for. Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm saying something really, really racist.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
Okay, well, that wasn't that good of a joke though. Like it wasn't fun.
Well, it was one of those. Oh my God! I can't believe he said that kind of deal.
Yeah, it's like, well, you can do that all day long.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I would have tried to do something different than what everybody else would do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were on the dais for something like that.
Yeah.
Like I already know that Chelsea Handler, everybody's going to talk about her being a whore.
I heard she was mad at Tony Hinchcliffe and Sean Gillis. First of all, she came on there and she had an agenda. I mean, she's very liberal and very, 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 very left. So she went after Hinchcliffe strong. She went after Shane Gillis, and they sat there and they took it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then when they came back up and did their little thing, I heard that she got a little upset about it, which you can't do that. You can't throw rocks and then expect it not to come back your way.
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I know she's been interviewed afterwards, and there was some stuff said, but I distinctly remember at the end of that show because she was sitting right next to Shane Gillis.
Yeah, yeah.
And I distinctly remember at the end of that show when Kevin was giving him like his props for hosting, she like put her hand on his arm, like,
So it seemed like it was like they were okay. They seemed like they were okay with it. Yeah, okay.
Well, like Shane Gillis said that, like with the Cheryl Underwood jokes about her husband, he called her.
Yeah. How long ago did he die? Was that a long time ago? Or
Cheryl does jokes about it on stage. I remember when I worked with her, she would do jokes about that.
Okay, so he's been dead a while.
Died like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
he did. She used to talk about him. That's how they know.
Yeah.
She's talked about it on stage for years.
Yeah.
Like when I opened for her back in the day, she talked about her husband killing himself on stage all the time.
Okay. Well, then that's not. Yeah.
But see, people don't know that. People just watch
they're thinking it happened like they're thinking it happened like the other day or something. Yeah, exactly.
Well, roast
too soon.
Roast used to be just a completely insider thing.
Yeah,
roast used to be something that was just for us.
Yeah,
and
you watch old Dean Martin ones. Yeah,
people thought, well, let's let people see this.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're doing things like where. They have roast battles and these shows that are
I mean, that's a big thing in Vegas now. The roast battles.
So much fucking shit in the world because no one knows anybody. So you're up there. Excuse me. You're up there trying to. Everybody's just roasting based on each other's looks.
Well, and here's another thing that happens is if you get the inequality of status. I mean, because what it ends up though, like if you're a big star, if you're a small star, it's a big star. You make fun of the big star. You look at looks, or they had a movie that didn't do well, and then the big stars come up, and the only thing they say is, "Who the fuck are you?" That's their roast. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and so's here. Who in the fuck is that? There's the laugh. I didn't know how'd you get on the stage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's so and so doing here?
Exactly. Yeah.
The star than everybody else.
Yeah, and I mean, and then that's the joke. Then that's every roast. Then
So when it's not a big enough celebrity that everybody in the audience knows who they are.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to have a roast.
No, it's punching up and punching down. That's all it is. Though,
like when I was trying to get you to have a roast for your birthday, there would have been no one in that audience that didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
And that didn't know at least half of the people on the dais.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so that's what it has to be. So you put that on Netflix and there's all these jokes happening from all these comics that nobody really, I mean, they know them here and there. They've got names, but like, I don't know, just people weren't.
What the weird thing is then they have so many people up there and they're not all up there to roast. They're just up there, just sitting there. It's just like, it's just a weird. Yeah. Yeah.
It makes me wonder if some of those people did roast, but
we just were, we didn't. Yeah. And they just didn't.
I know Alonzo Bowden was the warm-up act.
Oh, was he really? Okay.
Oh, I don't know, like if there were more warm-up acts or if like
who are the guys they call the Cup Boys or something? They're Kevin Hart's like
the red cup.
What's that all about?
That's his like his
entourage.
Like, I'm gonna take people on tour.
Yeah, it's his entourage.
I'm gonna find comics.
Yeah, that's another thing. These tours are like crazy. When Cat Williams was here last time, he had fucking like 9 comics. It was insane.
Got it. That reminds me, and we touched on this a little bit last week. These guys that are like, I need the. This whole like I'm gonna go find the best like this thing that's on Netflix now.
Funny as the Kevin Hart's funny like, AF. Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Like, I don't feel like anyone, and maybe this is just me being too cynical.
Yeah,
I don't feel like anyone really cares that much about the next comic.
No,
like these guys that are saying I'm finding the next best comic. I'm gonna do like. I don't think anybody really gives a shit about that. I think they do it to hopefully make the show successful. It's a way, like it's all a way to be and stay relevant in some way, shape, or form. I feel like I don't.
Well, and the thing about comic anymore, the lines are so blurred anymore. Who it used to be a stand-up comic was a stand-up comic, and you knew. And now you got these YouTube people in this. The people with Twitter, there's no defined stand-up comics anymore. It's just all, look at the lineup at the Funny Bone sometimes. There's a stand-up comic, then who's this? Oh, he's a YouTube guy. Oh, this guy does this. Yeah. It's not like it used to be.
Well, it's a ticket selling thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
And the clubs, I think, just got to the point where it was like, well, why have 100 people here for 5 shows when we can have 600 people for 2 shows?
Yeah, exactly.
I
agree.
Made more sense for them as a business, and now there's no career for guys like me.
The game has changed.
Career openers anymore.
The game has changed completely. Yeah, completely. Finally, I can remember when you would walk into a room and you were the unicorn. It was like people would say, "This guy, he's a stand-up comic. He's a real stand." Now you walk into a room and there's probably less people that aren't stand-up comics. Everybody's on stage now. It's nuts.
But it's always, it's always been. It has always been the thing that everybody thinks they can do.
Of course. Because false sense of security, because if you're the funniest guy in your office, exactly. Well, because the thing is, you can't just sing and then think, oh, I could be a singer, because people tell you're not good. But you got that buddy that sits across the cubicle, dude, you're fucking hilarious. Yeah. So now, yeah. But like I said before, every once in a while when we feel like when we talk to ourselves about, we feel like this imposter syndrome. You think, well, maybe I'm not that good. And then you go to an open mic and you're like, oh yeah, what I do has value. You know what I mean? You can tell what we've done over these years actually has value.
Well, there's the work
Yeah.
or the experience, but I don't know. I mean, I just miss just the freedom of just not having to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
Other than just being
Just-
funny.
Yeah. just every day wake up and where's my next gig and go do it and try to figure out how
But
that excitement. There's nothing better than that excitement of having a show that I miss that, the butterflies of having a show that night and maybe having a new bit that is going to kill and just everything that leads up to that. Yeah.
they're not sure about.
Yeah.
Like this show this weekend.
Yeah.
I know I'm almost 100% certain that everyone in that audience saw my special.
Uh-huh.
So I can't do any of those jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do
Yeah.
as the headliner of the show.
Yeah. I know what I'm gonna do. Here's this new bit here's this new bit I worked on. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? That's my opening line.
Yeah, here's I actually when you MC one of my shows, I require the MC doesn't do crowd work. So
you guess what? That's fine because I know your shit good enough that I'll start doing that.
Have you guys ever thought of doing a joke swap?
That's why he's never taken me to Vegas. He's been doing my jokes in Vegas.
Oh, I have.
I was just gonna ask. So
That's what it is. So I'll go to Vegas with him and go. I'll do my act, and they'll be like, "What the fuck, Willie? He's taking your jokes."
I usually end the show with the railroad guy at the railroad crossing, the deaf guy at the railroad crossing, and then I drop the mic and walk off. It's a good night. Kills.
have you guys ever done a joke swap just to see who can tell the joke better?
No.
So in other words, like, let's say Willie does your bit about dating a homeless chick, just to see who can tell the joke better.
No, because we'd fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't tell it word for word.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I mean,
and let's be honest,
I'm
it's not
as an outside advice, like an outside.
It's not believable that I would ever date a homeless chick. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also not believable that I would ever put somebody in my trunk. Hold on.
Okay. See, that's how you can tell a good comedian because the bit is specific to who they are. That bit, you wrote that bit, and that bit is you. That's what makes that bit so funny because it actually it encompasses everything you're all about. The way you tell it, the way you say it. Yeah, that's your joke.
Yeah, like you would be telling a joke of mine to make fun of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we'd be, I remember I had a friend that we did this one time, and it was actually really fun. This was back in the day. Jared Dog booked this gig for New Year's, and they wanted us to perform basically all night.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Like they wanted like a 5-hour show.
Oh, God.
Or a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
Like that. So me and Jared Dog, a guy named Rob Rivera, do you remember him or at all?
Rivera.
He's the one that put on all the shows when I first started it was at Billy Joe's.
Yeah.
Rob Rivera's Comedy Showcase.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was me and Rob and Jared Dog and Kevin Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Josh Alton was with us too.
Okay.
Not 100%, but I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had the idea, like, okay, here's how we have to figure out how to kill all this time.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to like play games. Like, so we basically did 2 different shows. And like the first show, we all went up and did like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Second show, we all had to go up and do 10 brand new minutes that we've never tried before.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we did was we put everybody's name in a hat. And whoever's name you drew, you had to go up and do their act.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Did you guys know each other well enough to where you could do part of their act?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or, I mean, you just did an impression of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You knew what their signature bits were and stuff. So you know.
Yeah.
And that was a fucking blast. We had
Yeah.
so much fun that night.
And well, it'd be interesting to see how people perceive you too, like another comic. It would be interesting to see how another comic would. Okay, how you know.
But so what you did is you took people's little, like Rob, like you said, things that are uniquely you or whatever. But everybody also had those bits, especially back then.
Mm-hmm.
Those bits that they thought comics just did.
Yeah.
Everybody wore jeans and a sport coat and white tennis shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was
back in the 80s, everybody took their sport coats and rolled up the sleeves. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody had those jokes like that.
Yeah.
And like Rob had this joke about how he lived at a apartment complex called Magnolia Manor. He'd go, I live in Magnolia Manor where there are no magnolias and nobody has any manners. And that was fucking it. I mean, and did it every fucking show.
Yeah.
Like it was. I mean, I feel like he sat there making a set list and all right, this is a good icebreaker. This will get a laugh. And so like, when I drew his name, I go up and I do that fucking thing. And like I remember Jared Dog would always do, like, back then he would do kind of like a one-liner, and so that's like you're a lot of people don't know that. He'd do a line. So that's so I went up and did. So in that vein, then you could do kind of that. That's kind of joke swap.
Well, I mean, it's just almost an impression. Like, I mean, how many comics back in the day when there were a lot of impressions? Everybody did Dangerfield.
Everybody does Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, as far as stand-up comics, people do Seinfeld.
Oh,
why? The whole voice and.
Oh, I remember a guy at the old open mics that did a Seinfeld impression. He would do, but he would have the audience. It was Seinfeld improv or something. I can't remember what he called it, but he'd have the audience yell out a subject, and he'd have to do a Seinfeld.
Who's the guy that used to come? He's from New York. He's very, very funny, but he's not doing a Seinfeld impression, but he actually looks like Seinfeld and talks like him. Stand-up comic out of New York. Very funny guy.
Like right now?
Yeah, the guy he's still working. You would know who it is. Looks like Seinfeld. He's got the same kind of voice. He does. I remember he did this one bit about going in a hot air balloon with the wicker because the furniture was wicker. What the fuck's this?
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Not Paul Mercurio.
No, not Paul Mercurio. No, this guy, goofy looking like Seinfeld, with the kind of a buggy eyes and.
Man, I don't know. Ryan Hamilton?
Yeah. Ryan Hamilton.
I
mean, it's almost, if you didn't know anybody, you think, oh, he's doing something. But then after you watch him enough, it's no, that's him. That's the way he is. It's just,
Ryan Hamilton's more of a, I mean, he's always been squeaky clean.
Yeah.
More, I guess there is that Seinfeld-esque just because of how clean he is and everything. But he's,
his cadence to me kind of sounded like, I mean, kind of a.
He's like he's afraid.
Yeah.
It's like he's fucking.
Yeah. But he's a funny cat.
More like Kramer than Seinfeld.
But no, if he's Kramer, he'd be dropping the N-word a lot.
Yeah, he is funny. Ryan Hamilton's very funny.
Yeah.
I remember opening for him.
Yeah.
No, man. Those guys, what do you think about being that rich like Seinfeld is and still touring? Do you wonder, like, man, what are you relating to?
Well, I used to say back in the day that if I won the lottery, you'd never see me on stage again. And for a moment, I kind of believed that. But then I finally realized that what we do, if you don't if you're not forced to do it, if you don't have to go out and do it because you have to pay the rent, then it is. I mean, and I've gotten to a point where I don't have to really go out, but it's fun. It is.
Right.
If you don't have to do it all the time, and you can pick and choose your spots.
Yeah.
There's nothing better because let's be honest, you could have $1 bazillion and you still wouldn't be able to do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to have the talent to do this. And if we got the talent and you can still do it, like people always say, when are you going to retire? I said, what from what? I go to a place, they hand me a drink, I stand on stage. How many people are there? Look at me, they laugh, they clap. I get off afterwards, I have another drink, and I get paid. Why would I ever quit doing that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why? I used to say to my dad all the time.
Yeah.
He used to bitch at me about retire.
Yeah.
He'd want me to come and do something at his warehouse. I'm like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
What, you don't need money? I'm like, I don't need this money.
Exactly.
And he's like, we're not going to say that when you're 65 and don't have 2 nickels to rub together. And I'm like, I can still tell jokes when I'm 65. I'm like,
exactly.
Retirement's
No
for
shit.
people that hate their jobs. That's what
George Burns. And the good thing about stand-up comedy is, as long as if you don't lose your mind, you actually get funnier because you have more to draw on as you get older.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done shows in the past year that I would say I would put up from when I was, I thought it was as good as when I was 35 or 40. You know what I mean? And like I said, if you can keep your mind, this is a fun thing. Yeah. I mean, I still look every time I go to Vegas, I always think it's my last time there. But I'm going back in August again. I can't wait. I mean, it's fun, still fun.
Well, if you really haven't been telling my jokes this whole time, then maybe one of these, maybe before you burn your house down.
Yeah, no shit.
Before you actually end up before you actually end up in the urn that I have to go carry like a football out of the church.
That's right.
Before
you need
that,
to fall once or twice. Hey, you know what, Billy? Think about this. I'll give you the torch, and then you could be the one to cremate me at the end.
Oh, perfect.
Just light the casket on fire.
You know what?
Start from my toes and work up.
You know how they put Osama bin Laden on a thing and like set it on fire and just to see?
Isn't that what they do with Eskimos too, or something? Don't they put them on an ice float and push them out?
That's how they kill Jedi. That's how they burn Jedi at the end.
Yeah,
I think that's
Darth Vader.
I would rather do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about we just got off of Memorial Day.
Yeah,
like my grandma went to all went to everybody's grave today, or yesterday, or whatever, and put the flowers on and yada yada. And I mean, is it pretentious? Is the whole gravestone plot? Is that all kind of just a pretentious fucking like?
I got to be honest with you. I've been doing this for years and years. I mean, I got my brother and my mother and father up in one, and my other brother's sitting in the other room. I'm over that. I'm actually over the whole grave. But we yesterday we actually had to go out with Jenny and go see her dad's out at out in Van Meter out at the veterans, and I'm so used to it, just going there and hey, how you doing? And Jenny, it was weird because she got there and she was fine for a second. I went to the car to get something. I came back and she was that's the first time I've ever seen her. She just kind of fell apart because it was that was the first time she visited her father's grave. So it was kind of weird for her, but
sure.
But I'm over it. I mean, I go see my parents and my brother, and I mean, I've been going there for 59 years. I mean, I'm kind of I don't know.
It's like, well, you go and you put some flowers on it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's an industry.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Oh, driving to Glendale, they have a flower stand in the entrance of Glendale. So in case you forgot your flowers, they got you covered. They're selling flowers right there.
Yeah, I mean, just and the idea of I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, people talk about their legacy.
Yeah.
I want my for what? Or why? You're dead.
Yeah. I agree.
You're fucking dead. You need a statue. You need something to have your name on it. You need well, I want my
Trump. You do, yeah.
Well, I mean, just anybody.
I know.
I remember, there's a family of guys that have coached baseball at the same place, and I'm passing it the family legacy of coaching this high school fucking team. What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the thing is that makes people want to leave this behind the idea of having this grave site where my son is somehow obligated to come and keep it neat and put some flowers on it and shit like that, or he's supposed to feel guilty if he doesn't do it. Like, to me, it's like, fuck off.
I know.
Like, same thing as people trying to save buildings. Like, some buildings fucking falling apart, and they're like,
they try to get on historical thing so you can't tear it down. Yeah.
Christ, who gives a fuck about this building that's in shambles? What do you get out of saving that?
I'm kind of like that too. I mean, when people family heirlooms and stuff, I was never like
China. Don't throw away grandma's China hutch for
exactly. I think that's where it all starts.
It all comes back. China hutch.
Everything comes back to the China hutch.
I mean, that's essentially what we're talking about here, right?
The only heirlooms I think that are important is if your dad's got an old Rolex or your mom's got a diamond ring. I understand that, but a China hutch or
something of value. But even something of value, what's the point of that? Are you going to sell it?
Yeah.
I remember
give it to somebody else. Somebody somewhere along the lines of that heirloom is going to fucking sell it.
Well, every family's going to have a crack kid every once in a while. Yeah, they come along a generation or two.
None of this shit, it just doesn't make sense to me.
So you're telling me you're not leaving Billy Boy nothing?
No, I leave my family argue and argue. Make his life easier. Yeah. Say what?
I said I watched my family argue over stuff in my mom and dad's, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like I think I had my dad's watch, and that was it.
I got my dad's wedding ring. That's it, right there.
But I remember when my dad passed away, and it's that whole deal. You're in the, you're wrapped up in the emotions and everything else, and we didn't have anything pre-planned at the time, so you're making decisions on the whim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and he wanted to be cremated, and they asked if anybody wanted a portion of the ashes, and of course, all my sisters are like, "Yeah, I want a portion of them," and I was like, "Yeah, I do," because I didn't want to say no.
Do you want to know something?
He rode around in the car in a little box in my glove compartment box for probably 6 months because I didn't know what I was like. After a while, I was like, "Why did I get this? I don't even know what I got."
Chris, you know what? With Jenny's dad, they wanted to do that too, and we found out in the Catholic religion you can't do that.
I found that out too after the fact. Yeah, you can't. You split
them up.
So, what part of your father do you think you have?
Yeah, what I don't anymore. You know what? I took it to my brother's grave, and I sprinkled it on my brother's grave.
So you don't know if you had like his arm and a leg?
I have no idea. I might have had his penis.
That's my thing. If we're gonna divide the ashes up for my dad, I
want the femur
that he's parted out before the cremation.
Yeah. So you get the part you want.
I want to know I have specific parts.
But I just remember riding in the car one day, and Stacy went to get something out of the glove compartment box, and
there's your dad in there.
She's like, "Can we do something with this? Because it's just starting to creep me out."
Well, I keep on thinking with my brother's ashes. People say, "Are you going to put them and bury them in Glendale?" No, and so well, you should spread them out somewhere. And I'm thinking, where? And my wife says, well, where did he like being? I said he liked when he lived in Beverly Hills. He sat up in his balcony and would chain smoke, which eventually killed him. I said, so maybe I go back to Beverly Hills and tell the people, whoever live there now, hey, you wouldn't mind if I took my brother's ashes and spread them all around?
You don't have a potted plant here, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Or what about a place he never got to go that maybe he would have wanted to go to? Or maybe you spread some ashes on your other brother over there at the thing in Newton.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. Yeah, he might like that. Yeah.
But that's the thing in the Catholic religion. Can you spread them if you can't separate them?
Well, no, you know, I think about it. I don't think you're supposed to do that either. No.
Yeah.
No.
Because that divides them up.
Yeah.
Here's where when I first found this out.
Your brother.
When I first found this out was right about the time that I was starting to be like, not necessarily question everything, but like not necessarily be so obsessed about all these rules. And I just remember the deacon was having this conversation about you shouldn't do that and whatever. And I just go, okay, well, let me ask you a question. What happens if it's already done and they didn't know that that was a rule?
Yeah.
Like I was like, before I became Catholic, my dad wanted to be cremated and we split his ashes. And now that I'm Catholic, did I just demean my dad's soul to hell? And he's like, well, no, because you didn't know. I said, oh, so there's loopholes?
Yeah. First of all, like, how they come up with that shit in the first place is like,
that's what I wanted to go. I was like, that's not when I started to, but I was just like, there's the things where I was like, see, I can't be on board with it.
No.
Like, I really don't think that God,
they lost me at the eating meat on Friday and shit. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, it's okay to eat meat on Friday now. Well, okay.
Yeah.
And then become a sinner. Because when I was a little kid, if you ate meat on Friday, it's like, you're going to hell. Then all of a sudden one day it's like, that's okay. Go ahead. Eat meat.
I remember the year that St. Patrick's Day fell on Friday during Lent.
Yeah.
And the Des Moines diocese like went ahead and made a disposition that you could eat meat and I was like, oh, so it's okay because it just happens to be St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. The strange shit used to follow. My God.
All right.
Yeah. And the reason being because there was an industry that was going to lose money.
That's right.
And so they made an announcement that was like, oh, wait a minute. Why do you think
about the dollar bill, baby?
It was up $2 a sandwich during Lent.
Exactly.
You can buy them for 99 cents right now. During Lent, they're $4.
Fucking crack.
All right. Let's take a break. I've got some fun stuff. Sean sent us a new list of porn star, country singer, and baseball player, so we'll play that. I've got a story from 30 years ago. No, almost 40 years ago. That is the anniversary, and I'm sure Bill will love this story. I'm sure he's going to tear into it. So I'll see if you guys remember this story. All right. Let's get a break and get a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's why choosing the right real estate team matters. The Jenny Farrell team with RE/MAX Concepts has been helping families across the Des Moines metro find the right home since 1998. Born and raised right here in the community, Jenny understands the neighborhoods, the market, and what truly makes a house feel like home. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading your space, or preparing to sell, the Jenny Farrell team provides expert guidance every step of the way, from market analysis and listings to negotiations and closing. Their consultative approach means you'll feel confident, informed, and supported throughout the entire process. Jenny Farrell Team, RE/MAX Concepts. Call or text 515-779-7500. Visit jenniferfarrell.remax.com. Experience you can trust. Results you can move into.
Right here in Iowa, we don't mess around when it comes to food. Creasman Foods is raising the bar on frozen pizza. Bold sauce, loaded toppings, and crust that actually holds up when you grab that second slice. This isn't just another box in the freezer aisle. This is Iowa-made pizza, built on real food service experience and brought straight to your local grocery store. You can find Creasman Foods at Hy-Vee, Fairway, and other local retailers across the state. And if you don't see it, ask for it by name. Because if you're already buying frozen pizza, you might as well buy one that brings serious flavor to the table. Creasman Foods, Iowa-made. Big flavor, no shortcuts.
In the heart of Des Moines, one name stands above the rest. Step inside, where tradition still matters. Warm, familiar, unmistakably Iowa. Where every guest is welcomed like family. Service that's personal and never rushed. Fresh starts made daily. Iowa beef, hand seasoned. Guided by fire, built on flavor. Served with pride. A bar as bold as the menu. Featuring the old-fashioned we're known for. A place that stays with you long after the night ends. Iowa Beef Steakhouse, 1201 East Euclid Avenue, Des Moines. Steak done right.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. Finding the perfect gift for your wife or girlfriend isn't always easy. You want something thoughtful, stylish, and unique. And that's exactly what you'll find at Styled by JJ Boutique. Julia Bradshaw and her team strive to be your go-to boutique for casual, boho, and chic clothing and accessories. Helping women elevate their style one piece at a time. Located right here in Johnston, Iowa, Styled by JJ brings trendy, high-quality fashion that boosts confidence without breaking the bank. So, if you're looking for a gift that says, I get you, instead of I tried, head to Styled by JJ Boutique. Because nothing makes her smile like feeling beautiful. Styled by JJ Boutique, where style meets confidence. Visit our Johnston location or shop online at styledbyjjboutique.com.
Not every animal gets a fair shot. But that's exactly what Animal Lifeline of Iowa is here to change. Since 1986, they've been stepping in for the ones who need it most. Injured, abused, orphaned, and special needs cats and dogs across Iowa. This isn't just a shelter, it's a lifeline. As Central Iowa's only no-kill shelter dedicated to special needs animals, they provide life-saving care, rehabilitation, and the opportunity for every animal to find a forever home, no matter how long it takes. But here's the deal. They can only save as many lives as the community supports. So get involved. Donate online. Hit up the Animal Lifeline thrift store, where every purchase fuels their mission. Or, better yet, find your next best friend and adopt. Because every tail wag, every purr, starts with someone like you. Animal Lifeline of Iowa, where we provide much-needed TLC and a safe space until they find their home.
All right, and this week's adoptables of the week are 4 of the little puppies that you saw in the ad. There's 4 left: Kurds, John Lawrence, Hercules, and Marquis de I don't want to pronounce it.
Lafayette.
Marquis
de Lafayette.
Yeah. The mom is approximately 40 pounds grown, and they expect puppies to be larger than mom. They can go home as early as June 13th, and there's a $300 adoption fee for these 4 puppies that are left. So they were super cute.
Adorable.
I know.
They don't look like there's anything wrong with them.
No, their mom had some issues, and she was pregnant when they grabbed the mom. So
I know.
The puppies are pretty healthy. So
normal health.
All right. Let's start off with our game. Porn star, country singer, and baseball player. I'm distracted because the first 5 names on this list. Number 1, LeGrand Wolf.
Are they all have wolf in them somewhere?
Motherfucker, Sean.
Producer.
So this should be fun. LeGrand Wolf. Baseball player, porn star, country singer.
Baseball player.
What's his name again?
LeGrand Wolf.
See, you can say it. You just did it. Dude, we just did total fucking speech therapy with Chris. We just got him fucking on track.
I know.
Week.
We should be. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah, we should be resource.
Should be helping people. That's what we should be doing with our lives.
LeGrand Wolf.
LeGrand Wolf. LeGrand. Porn star.
LeGrand Wolf is an American adult film gay performer, producer, director, and entrepreneur. Best known as the founder and CEO of Carnal Media, an adult entertainment company. He's well known for he's had quite the list of accomplishments and awards. He won just in the latest in 2019. He was nominated for Director of the Year, Best Cock, Best Duo Scene, and Best Group Sex Scene.
Wow.
In 2023, he won for Director of the Year.
It's like the winning the. That's like winning the EGOT.
2022, he was the winner of Best Daddy.
Best Daddy.
Favorite Daddy. Yeah.
So, that reminds me. So, this is where some of this fucking deviant. I love deviant sexual behavior. It makes me fucking laugh.
And Phil at home.
Have you ever? God, what was that? Baby Reindeer. Did you guys see that?
No.
It was on Netflix. It was really good. It was about this fucking stalker. This dude that was getting stalked by this chick is whatever. Anyway, people that made this new one, and it's called Half Man.
I saw. I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
It's great. I'm loving it. So anyway, this gay dude in Half Man, he just fucking. There's this scene. He's in the back of a van. The doors open in the back of this van, and this dude's just fucking the shit out of him in the back of this van. And then the camera pans out, and there's like 4 other guys just standing there with these dead looks on their faces, just jerking off, watching them fuck in the back of the van. And then, like,
oh my God.
Fucking, you know, they always have like those in all the movies. They always have those spaces that are open, like in between the interstate or something.
Yeah,
there's like 2 bridges, and it's just this open area. You know, it's one of those, and so like it's just this thing that dudes do. Like then, like there's a few minutes later, there's another scene. Now he's one of the guys standing there jerking off. He just comes up and sees like a couple other guys standing there. Like, hey, how you doing? They all just,
so if I take off and get off on a truck stop to go to the bathroom, and I see 4 guys standing there looking a little strange, keep driving. That's what you're telling me.
Well, you might want to know that. You might want to see what they're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
know. You might get a good laugh.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not know that.
All right, Woof.
Anyway,
Woof Hudson, baseball player, porn star, country singer. Fucking
oh my
Sean.
God! It's country singer.
Yeah, I'm going country singer.
Woof Hudson, American porn gay.
So apparently,
star. Star of such hits like Transfixed, It's a trans sandwich and I'm the meat.
It's a trans sandwich and I'm the meat.
That guy he's probably stood around a couple truck stops. What do you think?
I figure he's probably the one putting on the show.
Yeah.
For every truck stop that has a trailer in it that's a church, there's two more where there's just fucking dudes dressed like lumberjacks pounding each other's asses. And then there's four other truckers standing there.
Back truck stop. Yeah.
Here's what's funny is they all have to lift their bellies up to jerk off. So they're all standing there. They're all standing there with one arm like underneath their stomach.
All belly, no ass.
Oh, geez.
They're all built like Hank Hill. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, Bill's up 1-0. Scott Wolverton, porn star, baseball player.
Scott Wolverton.
Wolverton.
See, he's getting there.
Baseball player.
Man, I like baseball player too. I'm going baseball player.
Scott Wolverton is a songwriter from Seward, Nebraska, whose work reflects the grounded nature of his Midwestern upbringing.
Billy, whatever I say, go against it. I haven't fucking been right. And
but I saw a baseball player on that one.
Yeah.
You know, his name seemed too sophisticated for country music.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I mean, how many fucking country music fans are going to be able to even say fucking Wolverine?
Yeah. Well, yeah. If the name has more than one syllable, that's a little too much.
He can't be a fucking country singer if he's got more than one syllable in his name.
Yeah. No shit.
These fucking morons can't say his name.
They
hey man, you going to the Scott Scott W. SW Country.
They got to have two first names. If you're going to be a country star, it's always two first names. Toby Keith.
They're all holding up
Graham.
a bunch of signs that say SW.
That's right.
Jackson Wolf, country singer, porn star, baseball player.
They're heavy on the
Jackson
porn.
Wolf.
I'm saying baseball player.
Porn star.
Jackson Wolf is a baseball player playing for the San Diego Padres.
All right. We're tied.
2023.
I think
1-1
last time.
All right. It's tied.
All right. Let's go.
This is the last one for the night.
I'm going to let Billy have first pick.
Dick Wolf, porn star, baseball player, country singer.
Dick Wolf just seems too easy.
He's a porn star.
Country singer.
Dick Wolf is a devoted following in the mid-2000s on his entry into gay adult entertainment as a handsome, hairy model. He signed with Hot House Entertainment and did 4 films: Mo Bubble Butt, Scuff Too Downright Filthy, Perfect Fit, and Manhunt the Movie.
Mo Betta Bubble Butt.
That's right.
Should have just stuck with porn stars. I would be in this ball game
And
today.
Billy wins that one.
It reminds me of, did you ever see the guy? It was one of those Beyond Scared Straight or whatever, or like or Lock Up, something. One of them fucking prison shows. And there's this guy that just goes off about how it's all about the butt in the prison. It's just all about the butt in here.
You realize if somebody was to jump into this and didn't know us, they would definitely think you ought to listen to this homosexual podcast. It's unbelievable because that's it always ends up with some kind of gay shit going on.
He's like, he goes, these guys walk around here and pants all hanging down. That's just sexy to me.
I'd like to take this guy to a truck stop and put him in a truck and then go outside with my friends and grab myself underneath my large belly. And
he goes, I just walk up to him and I go, look, I want you. I like you. We can do this one or two ways.
Okay.
I know my way around a vagina.
I wish a vagina would come into this conversation.
Butt vagina in prison.
All right, I got a few stories.
Here's a question for you.
Yes.
This is so would you rather?
Oh God.
I got a would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather rape the toughest guy in the prison in order to make sure that nobody ever rapes you, or let the biggest guy in prison rape you once with the promise that you'll never get raped again?
Well, I always say
raping.
Billy, I always said rape me once, shame on me. Rape me twice, shame on cell block C. So I would do the raping. I would be the rapier as opposed to the rapee.
You would be the rapist.
The rapist.
That's where I would fall on that scale too. Yes.
Okay.
And what about you, Billy?
Well, either way, you guys are both okay with gay sex, is what I heard there.
Oh, okay. Exactly.
Either way.
There wasn't an option 3.
As long as you're pitching.
Well, here's the thing. You just let us down this dirty road. You started with it. You just kept the gay thing going until we got comfortable with it. And now here we are. So now we're nothing more than a homosexual podcast.
Question number 1. My replacement, it reached out to me for training on LinkedIn after I was laid off. Would you help? I got laid off recently and stayed professional through the entire transition period. A few weeks later, my replacement hire reached out to me on LinkedIn asking questions about some of the work that I used to handle and asking for guidance. Now I'm conflicted about what to do. Part of me wants to politely help and stay professional. Another part of me feels like I shouldn't be providing free training and supporting after leaving the company, especially after being laid off. Should I just politely decline, stay quiet, and fully move on, or should I help?
That's a personal thing. I mean, if he's okay with it, it's still what. So, I mean, if he wants to help. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt him.
Fuck, my your advice, Willie. He doesn't know the answer.
I think if it doesn't bother him that much, help. Go ahead. Be a good guy. Be a good guy in your life. Maybe good karma will rub off on you.
That ain't got shit to do with being a good guy. Fuck that.
Okay, well there you go.
Here's what you do. You fucking
you rape the guy. You take him to a truck stop.
Rape the guy and you tell him never to take your job again. Motherfucker. What happened? You go, this is what happens to scabs.
So you're not helping
No, I am saying to him, look, I hope you understand. You don't have to be a dick. Yeah. Just go, listen, I hope you understand, but this company laid me off from this position and gave it to you. And I mean this in no way, shape, or form against you at all. But I hope you understand that I'm not going to help them. I'm not going to help you do the job that they laid me off from.
Good answer. Where were you, Chris? Chris is frozen in time.
I wouldn't help him.
Okay.
Not because I would feel sympathetic for the guy, but I would probably send a note to his boss saying, hey, you fired me and my replacement is now asking me for help. What's it in for you? Like, somebody's got to pay me for something. My time is valuable.
Okay, Chris is beefing on him. All right.
That's what I would do.
Okay. What Chris did was be a cunt. So now
yeah.
Now Chris emailed. Now Chris has tried to get that guy's job taken away from him as well. It's not that guy's fault that they laid you off. I mean, you wouldn't want that done to you. That's, the guy got a job. All he did was go get a job. That ain't his fault. Fuck the company. You know what I mean? Them, not that guy. That's all I'm saying.
So this
the company, not the guy. I'm always going to go with the guy over the company.
There you go. That's fine. All right. In California, currently, right now, the Powerball is up to $700 million, which has resurfaced this story from 2019. With all the talk of lottery winners, one story from 2019 is reemerging on social media in recent days. The story of Mike Wiersky and Eileen Murray. In 2019, just 5 months after finalizing his divorce, Wiersky hit the Mega Millions jackpot for $273 million. Wiersky and his ex-wife Murray had been married for 15 years, and during that time, the wife was the breadwinner, while he struggled to hold steady employment while Murray supported their household. When the marriage ended, a court ordered Murray, the wife, to pay spousal support for 5 years. Neither she nor the judge who set the terms could have imagined that her ex-husband would then become a multimillionaire practically overnight. Speaking to Inside Edition at the time, Murray didn't hide her frustration at the irony. To him, the alimony is pocket change at this point. Think about the amount of money that he has just won. What am I paying him? Why am I paying him now? She insisted she hasn't chased his winnings. I don't want anyone to misconstrue that I'm coming after him. I hope he does very good things with it. I'm happy for him. I really am. I'm not an angry person. I'm not mean. Murray even laughed at the coincidence that Wiersky purchased his ticket at the Quick Check convenience store that had personal meaning for them. He proposed to me at that Quick Check. I guess I'm his good luck charm. As his part, Wiersky was blunt when asked about Murray in his own interview with the outlet, saying, "It's over with. I just wanted to stop being in my life." If there's anything to learn, maybe it's the fact that one ticket could buy a dream vacation, a new house, or in some cases, a story that keeps getting people talking about years later.
Jesus.
How much would that suck?
You know what? If he's a good guy, he ought to throw her a bone. He ought to throw her a couple $1 million.
What if she was cheating on him?
What?
Fuck her. If this happened for me, my ex-wife wouldn't get a fucking dime. You kidding me? Neither one of them.
My ex-wife wouldn't, or as I like to call her, the practice mom. The practice mom wouldn't get shit.
But
so she was cheating on him. I didn't catch that part of the story.
I don't know. It sounds like she was working. He was a lowlife all the time.
Yeah.
But I would also like the alimony. There should be some type of law with that.
Yeah, it would say that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's got to stop.
That money, that's just going to stop anyway.
Well, she quit paying him. It's not like he'd go after it. So how would anybody know?
Well, you could definitely outlast her in court.
Yeah, exactly. Have a lawyer on retainer forever.
That's what she should do, is just fight him in court and make him keep paying for a lawyer over and over again.
So I found this Twitter post a couple days ago and saved it. And unfortunately, the time to apply is closed apparently. But on May 18th, this company put out this tweet that says we're hiring 10 masturbation consultants, $2,000 a month to test.
You know where you can find those guys? I know where they can find 4 or 5 of them right now. Billy, take them to the truck stop.
I know where you can find one.
Listen, $2,000 a month to test our new daily guided masturbation feature and document the effects on stress, sleep, and mood.
Where's the
yes,
link?
it's real. Yes, you will get paid. Apply here. I click on the link and it says this form is now closed. It would have been awesome as it was.
Really? Think how much money you've let slip through your hands over the years. My God.
It's only up for 5 minutes.
So people started the form and it asked questions and they screenshotted their answers. One of the questions, why do you want to do this? And somebody said, for the growth of science and humanity at large. What do you hope to learn about yourself? How far I could go with this might catch the attention of Guinness World Record Organization. Who knows?
Man.
I look at this like one of those old Tums commercials where they're like, Tums has calcium. That's something my body needs anyway. I like that. They'd ask me, be like, well, I jerk off damn near every day anyway.
That's right, yeah.
I just
get paid for it. Exactly.
I don't need to answer any more questions outside after that.
Talk to the hand.
Why do you want to do this? Answer, because somewhere out there a billionaire is making money doing less honorable things and I refuse to let him outwork me. So I'm sorry that we missed the window there, guys. I apologize. Should have been on top of it.
We could have done that at the same time we were doing this podcast. No one would even know.
Well,
I wonder what they're like, what you're supposed to do. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if it's some kind of new lube or what. I have no idea.
Or if like after 10 days, your fucking skin's rubbed
chafed
off
up.
your cock.
You're all chafed up.
This guy didn't make it. Like, it's like a reality show. Guys are just dropping off. Fucking some guy gets jock itch and he can't play anymore.
All right, I've got one last question for you, and then I want to bring up this story from 40 years ago. See if you guys remember it. This is in the stand-up Reddit stream. Doing a comedy contest in your first 6 months. I've been doing comedy for 6 months now. I just signed up for a comedy contest through Helium, and I instantly felt regret. I have jokes, but not 6 months in. I, of course, am not stellar. I'm still working on my tight 5. I can fill 5 minutes, but not with jokes that have been tested more than a handful of times. I have 1 month or about 30 open mics until the contest. However, I can easily make up an excuse and bow out if I feel it's a mistake. If I wanted to ask seasoned comics, is 6 months irresponsibly early to enter a contest? And should I bow out and wait until I have a tight 5? Or should I treat it like a scary thing that you just got to bite, be kind, try to be funny, probably bomb in front of 100 people and deal with it? FYI, my new stuff is 90% clean, so I'm not worried about shock humor or being too dark.
You know, this business of stand-up is not just only a business, it's a calling. It's a passion.
I missed this comment about the masturbation job.
What did he say? I can't see it.
Maybe they'll let you do it as a volunteer. All right, sorry.
John says my thing. Stand-up is not. It's a calling. It's you'll tell yourself if you really want to do it. If you're at a point where you're asking other people whether you should do it or not, it's not really what you want to do. I mean, when I was wanting to do stand-up, no one could have told me any other thing that would have made me not do it. You know what I mean? Billy, how was you about it? I mean, could somebody tell you, well, I don't think you're ready, and you'd feel that way? Or would you? I'd go, because no one's going to tell me whether I'm ready or not.
I did a contest right away in my first 6 months, probably less than that. First of all, contests are bullshit anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
I agree with that. Yeah.
You're not doing it. It's not like you're going and trying to showcase for the Funny Bone chain. Like you're not in Columbus doing the showcase after 6 months in. Like that's the type of shit that you're getting ahead of yourself, and then that will cost you from being able to do that again anytime soon. But going into a contest at some club that they're just putting on, first of all, that's just a money grab for the club for a night. That's not.
But I'm talking about how he feels about it. I think that you should want to do it regardless of what it is. I don't think anybody should.
That's what I'm saying. Like to think that it's too soon to do a contest is dumb.
Yeah,
because they're bullshit. Is my point.
Yeah,
they don't amount to anything. They're just an ego stroke if you win them, or they're an ego bruise if you don't.
Yeah,
or maybe you just feel. But really, it's just about stage time. Contest or no contest, it's a way to get stage time, and you might get a little bit better of an audience for a contest than the open mic show. So I say go do the contest.
I do too. If you really want to do it, do it.
There you go.
Don't stand up is not about someone telling you whether you're good enough or not at this point.
Yeah. Worry more about your stuff. Worry more about stage time.
Exactly.
Those aren't rules to worry about. The real rules are, the don't fucking get drunk, shit like that.
Don't bang the waitresses.
All right. From the Facebook post notes on Iowa. This story came across my Facebook feed this afternoon, and I asked my the guy I work with, who's very young, if he had heard of this, and he'd never heard of it, and it dawned on me, maybe people haven't heard this story, but I guarantee you two remember. On May 26, 1970, Sam Mack, a future scoring prodigy with a turbulent story, was born in Chicago. Long before he appeared in the NBA box scores, Mack made his name in Ames as a gifted wing whose time with the Cyclones ended abruptly. On March 30th, 1989, Sam Mack and Iowa State football player Levin White were involved in an armed robbery at a Burger King on Lincoln Way, where White carried a .22 caliber rifle and Mack carried a knife during the holdup. As the two men left the restaurant, Ames police shot and wounded them, and Max was struck in the hip and thigh, and White wounded in the foot before officers took them into custody. Both were charged with first-degree robbery, a crime that carried a potentially 25-year sentence, and the case drew intense attention in Iowa and beyond. A jury later acquitted Mack after accepting the argument that White coerced him at gunpoint into taking part of the robbery. Legal troubles dogged Mack during his brief stint at Arizona State. After that, there Mack seemingly turned things around at a junior college, and he eventually signed with the Spurs after going undrafted and played for the Rockets, the Grizzlies, and the Heat.
Yeah, I remember all that. I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah.
I remember him robbing a Burger King. I remember us saying.
Didn't they say he was on the wall? There was a
yes, he was in his team photo was up on the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember. I just remember saying that Iowa State had a player named Rob Burger King.
Yeah.
I don't know what the joke was. I don't know where it came from. I just remember talking about Sam Mack and Rob Burger King.
Yeah.
I don't.
The fact that he went on to have a fairly successful career is pretty amazing when you think.
Right? It's proof that if you're a good enough player, nobody gives a fuck.
Nah, they don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody will take a chance, but good for him that he didn't, fuck off his chance. A lot of guys
spiral.
Well, they get too many chances because of their talent, and they're just entitled, and they never.
Lawrence Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just, Yeah, I mean, didn't he just beat the living fuck out of his girlfriend or something?
Yes. Yeah. Tom Osborne covered it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, Mr. Button Up, Tom Osborne. I
Well,
just found that story
Yeah.
ironic.
I didn't realize it was that long ago. 1989.
1989. So I was,
Wow.
yeah, it was the spring. I was a senior in high school.
Wow. Jeez.
So
I was 11, 10.
crazy times.
And I was old then too.
But I just remember
I was already in stand-up. Jesus.
I remember it because any negative thing towards Iowa State was
Made you happy.
yeah, it was how can we make fun of this?
It wouldn't have been hard with that one.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Would not have been hard.
It definitely wasn't.
So Billy, Saturday. What time you gonna be down there?
Well, before the doors open,
Okay.
I'm gonna go down there this week and try to figure out a few things about the layout, the lighting, the sound.
Yeah, make sure the sound.
And yeah, I mean the sound will be fine. We could do it with no mic in that.
Yeah, that's true.
Not
This is
worried.
the same room that we went back there when you had your meeting at one time.
No,
It's not the same room.
no.
Okay.
This is a private room.
Okay. Cool.
Are we going drinking beforehand?
Yeah, I did along say I'm gonna get down there a little bit early, go get a cocktail, maybe at that underground place or something.
I mean, ideally we'll drink at Chuck's afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll work.
I mean,
Cool.
let's keep the money there. You know,
That works.
Sounds good.
So yeah, and then we need to talk about that whole thing because we got to make them a commercial and shit.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Oh, all right then.
All right.
Love y'all. We'll see you Saturday.
All right. We'll
Peace.
see you guys next week.
All right.
Just a mic and a dream. Now we ride this circuit, chasing that scene. Every heckle, every cheer, every silent stare. Made us sharper, made us bolder. We ain't going nowhere. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside, where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the Vegas stage